Welcome back to my channel. So today we're just going to do a quick basic reading, and it's going to be a problem reaction solution reading. So we're just going to start with one Rider-Waite tarot card for my DIY deck. Alright, so we got the Star card starting us off today. Beautiful. Upright, we have hope, spirituality, renewal, serenity, inspiration. Blessed by the universe. Star card. Alright, and then it's not really a problem at all, is it? It's very wonderful. Alright, so for your next card, we've got the Law of Synchronicity. So this is from the Hermetic deck. The Law of Synchronicity. Two or more events have more in common than the moment in which they happened. Okay, so synchronicity. I feel like there is more to life than just that. And let's take a look at a manifestation card. Believers. Alright, so reaching out to all you believers tonight, as a matter of fact. And what we're going to read you from is a book that was my great-grandfather's. And here's the cover. Unfortunately, it is old and the binding is dead. But I wanted to go ahead and read some of this. Alright, it's kind of hard to read, so y'all just bear with me, okay? So, the Almighty Architect, the Grand Master of the universe, having created all things very good and according to geometry, last of all formed Adam after his own image, engraving on his heart the said noble science, which Adam soon discovered by surveying his earthly paralife. And the fabrication of the arbor or Sullivan lodgment that God had prepared for him, a well-proportioned and convenient place of shelter from the heat, and the retirement, rest, and repeat. After his wholesome labor in the cultivating his garden of the delights and the first temple. Okay, I have to show you this so that you can see what I'm trying to deal with here. He still retained great knowledge, especially in geometry and its principles. The first Christians computed their times as the nations among whom they lived till AD 532, when the Dionysius, so F's are S's and F's are S's, the opposite. Exegus? I don't know how to say this word. I am ill prepared for this video. Please forgive me. A Roman abbot taught them first to compute from the birth of Christ, but he lost 4 years or began the Christian era 4 years later than just. Therefore, though according to the Hebrew chronology of the Old Testament and other good vouchers, Christ was Christian era 4 years. Oh, hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. I need to set my easel over here so I can get a better look. Can't have that. Okay. So there we go. Born in some months of the year of the world, or AM 4000, yet these 4 years added make 4004. Alright, so this is like some kind of seriously coded stuff right here. Araviz and some of my instruments for my camera are covering it up. So, I have my Anno Domini or Christian era, and adding to it not 4004 as aught, but the first years before the Christian birth, viz. They usually call this year the Masonry instead of the accurate year. And we must keep the vulgar, sorry, it's covering up my camera. It says, and we must keep the vulgar computation. These letters AM signify Anno Mundi, or the year of the world. And here BC is not before Christ, but before the Christian era. The AM or Anno Mundi is the same, followed by I don't know, and Predio. I need to learn some French. Okay, I am French. I should know French. Okay. Remaining in the hearts of his offspring, have a process, PROCESF, profess of time, a process of time between drawn forth in the convent method of proportions according to the laws of the proportion taken from the mechanism, and its mechanism arts gave association to the learned to reduce the elements of geometry into method. So this noble science thus reduced and methodized is now the foundation of all those arts, especially of the architecture, and by rule, and the rule by which they are conducted and finished. Adam, when expelled, resided in the most convenient natural abodes of the land of Eden, where he could be I have no idea. Okay, so you're supposed to pronounce the F's as S's, so it should be SH, shelter, okay. Sheltered from the colds, and hearts from the winds and rains, and the temps, timbits from the wild beasts till his son grew up a form of lodge, who he taught geometry and the great use of its architecture without and the great use of his architecture. Alright, y'all, I'm going to let you just kind of try to read this yourself, okay? You probably already finished it by now. And we're going to scoot on down here a little bit farther down. Without which the children of men must have lived like brutes in the woods, dens, and caves, or at best in the poor huts of mud and arbors made of branches of trees. Thus, Cain, when expelled with his family and adherents from Adam's altars, but forth with a strong city and call it dedicate or consecrate after the name of his eldest son Enoch, whose race followed the example of the improvement. All right. Example of improving the arts and sciences of their patriarch. For Tubal Cain wrote in his medals, wrought in metal. Okay. For Tubal Cain wrought in metal. Subal elevated music, and fable extended his tents. Nor was his brother Seth left instructed and patriarch of the other half of mankind, who transmitted geometry and masonry to his late posterity, who were the better skilled by Adam's living among them till he died. Adam was succeeded in his grand direction of the craft by Seth, Enoch, Canaan, Mahalalel, and Jared, whose son godly Enoch died, but was transformed. Oh, this is getting good. Alive. But was translated alive. Alive soul. Alive soul. And body into heaven, age 365 years. See, I'm thinking that that's a long time and we're not getting that, right? Alright, he was an expert and bright, both in the sciences and the arts. And being a prophet, he foretold the destruction of the earth for sin, first by the water and afterwards by fire. Therefore Enoch erected 2 large pillars, and one of stone and the other of brick, whereon he engraved the abridgments of the arts and sciences, particularly geometry and masonry. Sarid, it should say Farid. It looks like an F, but you're supposed to pronounce the F as S. So Sarid lived after his son Enoch 435 years. He died at age 962 a.m., 422. The oldest man except his grandson, Methuselah, the son of Enoch. Mebu se lib, I don't know. The son of Enoch, who was succeeded by Jared. But Methuselah, is that Methuselah? Methuselah? Yeah, Methuselah. Ruled not long for the immoral corruption universally prevailing. Methuselah was the son of Lamech, and the grandson of Noah, retired from the corrupt world and their own peculiar families, preserved the good old religion of the promised Messiah. Oh, okay, Messiah. Okay, I'm going to start over, okay? World and thereof the promised Messiah, pure, and also the royal art of the flood. And Methuselah died a few years before at age 969. So he could well communicate the traditions of his learned progenitors, and Noah prognosticators. I don't know, y'all. Somebody help me. And Noah's 3 sons for Japheth, lived with him 100 years. Salem 98 and Ham 96. At last, when the world's destruction drew nigh, God commanded Noah to build the great ark and the floating castle. A floating castle. Oh my God, I want to paint that. And his 3 sons assisted like a deputy and 2 wardens. The edifice, though of wood, only was fabricated by geometry, as nicely as any stone building, like true ship building to this day. Okay. What? A curious and large piece of architecture, and finished when Noah entered into his 600 years aboard, which he and his 3 sons and their 4 wives passed, and having received the cargo of animals by God's direction, they were saved in the ark. While the rest perished in the flood. So this is saying that the flood was AM 1656. Exactly. Look at that. BC 2348. All right. For their immortality and unbelief. And so from these Masons, the 4 grand officers that who present grand officers, the whole present race of mankind are defended. After the flood, Noah and his 3 sons, having preserved Noah's knowledge of the arts, sciences, communications, and it to their growing offspring, who were all of one language, the speech, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east to the plains and Mount Arent. Oh, this is supposed to be Genesis. Look, it says Gen. XI 1-2, where the ark rested toward the west. And they found the plain and the land of the Shinar, and dwelt there together, as Noah did, or the son of Noah. And when Peleg was born, there too Heber after the flood, 101 years. Father Noah partitioned the earth, ordering them to disperse and take possession, but from fear of the ill consequences of separation, they resolved to keep together. All right. Well, there we go. There's a couple pages for you. We will pick this up next time. All right, y'all. If you like this, please be sure to like, subscribe, give me a little comment. Let me know what you think about this Masonic Bible. All right. Have a good one.